Hi, I'm Tanner with Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Frederick, Colorado. This morning we're going to go over a used inventory unit. We just got this trailer in a couple days ago. It is a used 2024 Cimarron Lonestar. It's a 24-foot stock combo with a slant wall in it, so we kind of set it up to kind of be more versatile. You can use it for horses and cattle. Our dividers are set up on slants, but we'll walk you through that when we get in the back. We'll start off here at the front tack room on this trailer. Pretty standard stuff on this Lonestar as far as setup. We do give you that extra large 42-inch wide door so you can run your swing out saddle rack and still have space to get by it. On your swing out saddle rack, it will run on a gas shock, so when you get your big heavy saddles on there, you just kind of push it, get to a certain point, and that shock will help you pull those saddles back. Same thing when you pull it out, it gets to a certain point, and then that shock will slowly bring your saddles out for you as well. So pretty handy, that kind of helps you out. Everything is adjustable, so we have 4 saddle tiers on here right now. You can adjust those to whatever height you need. You can remove them if you only want 3, you can add more if you want 5. On the off side of that is our blanket rack. When you go to the 42-inch door, you get the extra space for the saddle rack, but it also gives us a wide enough door that we can mount the blanket bars to our door itself. So we have a 4-tier blanket bar here. That will also run off a gas shock, so you can easily slide your blankets on from the outside and then scrunch them over against the door versus having to, fight that door to get your blankets on, which is a real pain. Below that, we do have our 3-compartment brush tray. Again, it is 3 compartments, so it's separated by a fin, and you will have drain holes in the bottom. So if you have a fly spray, a show sheen, something like that starts leaking, it will contain it to one of those 3 compartments and allow it to drain so it doesn't let all of your tack and stuff get nasty. Sliding type window above that on the door. Again, on our tack rooms, we like to have some sort of ventilation. On our goosenecks, we have the benefit we have tons of ventilation. We have 2 gooseneck windows and our door. If we don't have windows in our tack room, we will typically throw like a roof vent or something in there to allow you guys to air your tack out while you're traveling back home after a long day of riding. Fold up step. This can be pretty much standard on any inventory trailer. We sold this trailer originally, about a year and a half ago. So we ordered it with the fold up step, and you can see the fold up step takes about 8 inches a step off of your actual getting up, which isn't crazy, but if you're carrying big heavy saddles, tack, trunks, stuff like that can get pretty heavy. That step really does help, and it'll run off one of those gas shocks as well. Up in our tack room, again, pretty standard stuff. We have our fully carpeted gooseneck deck, fully carpeted drop wall. We have about a 60% boot box down here, which is great for storing some stuff. Again, this is a used trailer, so keep in mind just how clean it is. It has not been through our shop yet either, so again, this is kind of how it came in. We just put a quick wash on it. Hasn't been through the shop yet, so it's a really clean trailer. Over here, we do have our shelf. It is a shelf with about a 2-inch lip, so again, you can throw hat boxes up here, stuff like that. It is rubber bottomed. You can travel, it's not going to slide off with that 2-inch lip. Everything's got a radius corner to it, so you're not going to have to worry about cutting yourself or anything like that. And that's true of everything on a Cimarron. Everything on a Cimarron, any metal is going to have a radius to it, so it's not a sharp edge. All their supports have a radius, everything's got a radius, even their hooks. For our hooks, we have a high set and a low set here on our partition wall. Again, fully carpeted behind those hooks. We're going to try to fully carpet behind any hooks in a trailer. Keep your bridles from getting scratched up, to keep the trailer from getting scratched up, and at the same time, it's really going to help deaden that noise between this tack room and your livestock area. So if you're hauling horses in that front stud stall, you're not going to have to worry about your bridles and stuff banging on that wall and spooking that horse. Behind our swing out saddle rack, we do have a 25-gallon corner water tank here. Again, it comes with the stand, it comes with the hose. You can easily carry water with you to the fairgrounds, long trips. Winter months when water is shut off at fairgrounds and stuff like that and you need some water, you can always be confident that you're always going to have water with you and not have to worry about, where am I going to find water to water my horses, water my dogs, maybe water for you if you're on a hunting trip, something like that, but you're always going to have water with you in this scenario. We are 6'10" wide on this trailer, so we do have a full-length running board running the whole way except where our fold-up step is. Marker lights up high, 16-inch LED awning light here where you're going to tie out. Again, it's kind of a combo trailer set up to do both horses and cattle, so we got our 3 tie rings if you're going to high tie horses out here. 6'10" wide. On our Lonestar model, which this is, you're going to get a different running board than you would on our Lonestar model. This is kind of more rigid, more square framed versus our more modern looking Lonestar model that's kind of rounded. So again, you get that fender. We're on 2 7,000-pound Dexter rubber torsion axles. For our wheels on that, it is the black with aluminum spoke designed wheels, so black spoke wheels. Plexiglass inserts all the way down on this Cimarron. The cool thing about Cimarrons is if you do the plexiglass option, you're not going to have to worry about carrying a Phillips with you and having to unmount stuff. You're not going to have to worry about having to undo anything. You can easily, if you go take this plexiglass out, you have a pocket knife with you, which most people who are pulling trailers do. You can pull it past that angle and then just slide it out over each other. You don't have to worry about taking screws out, having screwdrivers with you. You can easily have all this out, and stored in your plexiglass tray in the gooseneck with the trailer while you're traveling. So work our way around to our load side of this trailer. It is a full rear door, full rear gate. Again, plexiglass track high and low in that rear gate. We do have our brake lights, 8-inch awning light for loading and offloading on this trailer. Again, it is going to be a rubber matted floor, which is an upgrade for your typical Lonestar model. Typical Lonestar models are going to come non-matted. It is that same 4-inch aluminum floor that's going to be on every single Cimarron. Again, this is the strongest floor you can get in the livestock horse trailer industry today. It's built on 4-inch centers. Most trailers you see are going to be 12, 16-inch centers somewhere in there. So this is a 4-inch center, so no matter where a horse is standing, big show steer is standing, it is going to be standing directly over a support beam. We do the rubber mats on this one because, again, we tried to set it up as more of a combo livestock horse trailer, which is why when you jump in here, you don't see your typical dividers on a square angle. They are on that slant angle, so you can fit one more horse in here, a little more space for your horses. This is a 2-divider trailer or a 3-box. So we have a rear divider, which again is a full height rear gate. It will slide over here and latch to this wall over here. Something cool Cimarron does, anywhere that metal on metal is going to meet and rattle and make noise, they will put a plastic shim, something plastic that's not metal in between. So we have OHMW plastic for our housing here versus a metal housing, which is going to rattle and break down over time. So it's going to be quieter for your horses and it's going to last a lot longer. And you can see where anything is going to touch, it's metal on plastic. So it's a great option. A lot of companies will call it quiet ride, something like that. Cimarron doesn't have a name for it and they don't charge you guys an upgrade to do it. Just every single Cimarron that is built with that system. So we have our back divider here. We have a middle compartment. Then we set this front one up for a kind of a stud divider. So if you're hauling a horse, you can kick them in this front stud stall, have 2 compartments for cattle, or maybe 2 compartments fit 2 horses in each of them. Again, just giving you guys tons of options in this stall area. Again, talking more about the quiet system that Cimarron does in these trailers. You will see that all the latches are OHMW plastic as well. So that metal slips into your plastic here. It's not going to rattle and wear that down over time like it would if that was a metal latch. And again, it's going to be a lot quieter for your horses. Horses haul better when it's quiet. The louder it gets, the more antsy and nervous your horses are going to get while you're traveling. In our front stud stall, there is a escape door. So again, you have that escape door option on this trailer. We do have a chest bar in this stall to keep your horses leaning directly on the escape door, but again, you have that option. We have a full-length tie rail running the trailer, so we have it mounted here to our escape door. As we work our way out, we're going to have a full-length tie rail running the whole length of this trailer behind our divider, so you can tie out horses at any point in this trailer. Standard roof, so any Cimarron you get is going to have a 1-piece polycarbonate roof. It's fully insulated in the roof. Anywhere you see your rubber matting in your Lonestar model is going to be fully insulated as well, so we're insulated here on our hip wall. Again, Lonestar model is not as insulated as our Northstar, where our Northstar comes fully insulated. But I want you guys to keep in mind, you don't see any hail damage on this roof. This trailer does have a little hail damage on the nose, which I'll show you, which is pretty typical of aluminum trailers, but I'll break down some differences when we get up there. But just keep in mind, there's no hail on this roof. It's a Cimarron roof, you're getting a fully insulated roof. It's a honeycomb setup. It's a super strong roof, and it really holds up to hail. You can take substantial hail before the roof of this trailer will get hailed out. Versus if you walk over to a competitor that's got an aluminum roof, you will see dents and dings everywhere all over that roof. As we're working our way down the driver's side, it's going to be really similar to that passenger side. We're going to have our plexiglass track, high and low. Again, full-length running board, 16-inch LEDs up top, tie rings midway. Give you guys a good look at that outside view of this escape door. Again, great setup. You can run hay. If you're not hauling a horse in that front stall, you can haul them in the back. Stack hay, especially with that full height divider there. Great hauling option, especially if you need a little more storage and you're not going to completely fill this trailer up. Plexiglass track, high and low in that escape door as well. So as we move up to the front of this trailer, pretty standard stuff underneath our nose. We're going to have our standard hand crank jack. It can be easily upgraded to electric jack or an electric over hydraulic. Spare tire mounted up high out of the way, so you're not getting rock debris hitting that nice aluminum wheel if we mount it down low. So we mount them up high, kind of out of the way. The thing I wanted to point out, if we come around to the front of this trailer, we have our polished nose sheet. You will see that hail damage on that front nose sheet. This is what most trailers' roof material is going to be made out of, is this same sheet right here. Same with their sidewalls, stuff like that. So you can see there was no hail damage on that roof in the stock area, but the front's pretty beat up. So just keep that in mind. Cimarron does build a really stout trailer to hold up to some hail versus other aluminum trailers. Again, keep that in mind when you're looking at this trailer. It does have some hail damage on the nose sheets. There might be a few sporadic down our side sheets, but it's harder to see. If you're interested in this trailer, The stock number is 5U250841. Again, it's a used 2024 Cimarron Lonestar. Really, really clean trailer. Again, barely used. It's only a year old, so you're getting a great trailer at a great price. If you're interested in this trailer, maybe some other used trailers we have in, or you want to look at a new model just like this, feel free to give me a call. My name's Tanner here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Phone number is 303-684-3409. Thanks for tuning in.